Good morning, students of class 10. Welcome back to the online classes. Let's continue our lesson in geography. We are doing physical resources and developments. So, in our previous class, we have talked about or we have studied various types of soils that are found in India. Alluvial soil, red soil, black soil, and we'll talk about arid soil, then we'll talk about forest soil. First we'll talk about arid soil. It's very simple. Number one, arid soils have a range of colors. Range of colors means various colors from red to brown, from red color to brown color. Under the condition of humidity, the arid soil turns red, and under the dry condition it turns brown due to temperature. So according to the condition, humidity and drought, according to that, arid soils have a range of colors. Number two, they are generally they are sandy. Their texture is very rough texture, grainy. They are sandy and saline in nature. They are saline, more salinity is there, saline in nature. In some cases more salt is there. Saline means mineral salts, having more mineral salts. Why they have more saline? Naturally soil contains minerals, but here in dry regions it doesn't rain, so the salinity of the soil remains there. But whereas you look at the areas having more rainfall, the mineral salt get dissolved in water and it percolates and goes down, deep down inside. And when we take out the water through hand pumps, we drink mineral water. The water contains minerals because it is dissolved from the soil. But in the dry regions, no such thing happen. It doesn't rain much. So the soil has got more mineral salts. So that's why it is sandy and saline in nature. In some areas where there is very little rainfall, in some areas the salt means mineral salts. Salt content is very high. Due to dry climate, since we are talking about arid soils are found in areas where there is very little rainfall, dry areas. In some areas the salt content is high due to dry climate and high temperature. Evaporation is faster. Even if it rains, the soil is very dry due to heat or the temperature is very high, the water evaporates very fast. In dry areas, even if it rains a little bit, the water dries up very fast or it evaporates. Evaporation is faster due to heat and temperature. Is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. Here in arid soils, in arid regions, since the temperature is high and very little rainfall, you will not find lot of grasses. You will not find humus. Humus is made from the dead and decayed plants and remaining parts of the plants and animals. That forms humus. But since here there is very little rainfall, you will not find many plants, various type of plants over here. Only thorny shrubs are found over here. So the soil contains very little humus and moisture. Moisture means the water content in the soil. There is very little moisture and very little humus because of the dry condition of the area. Number 4, the lower layer from the surface, the second layer, third layer, lower layer. The lower layer of the area are occupied with kankar. Kankar is a Hindi word, that's pebbles, stony. Kankar, pebbles, because of increasing calcium content downwards. In dry regions, as we dig deeper, as we go inside the ground, dig deeper, you will find calcium content more calcium content, and this calcium content forms the pebbles, rocks, kankar. So because of increasing calcium content downwards in the soil, so that's why it is occupied with kankar in the lower level. This kankar layer having calcium content, this kankar layer restrict the infiltration of water. Restrict, it will stop, it will not allow the water to go inside. So after proper irrigation in these areas, after proper irrigation, these soils can be used for cultivation. After proper irrigation, the soil becomes fit for cultivation, because the mineral content dissolves and goes inside, and the soil becomes fit for cultivation, as has been in the case of Western Rajasthan. In Western Rajasthan, the water is brought from Satluj through Indira Gandhi Canal. That's the longest canal in Asia. The longest canal. The water is brought over here through canal water. Right? So Western Rajasthan, the areas are being irrigated by water brought down by the canals from Jammu Kashmir. So it's the longest canal in Rajasthan, Indira Gandhi Canal, and the water which is supplied to Rajasthan for in the semi-arid regions or dry arid regions, and these soils can be used for cultivation. That is what is happening in Rajasthan. So as has been in the case of Western Rajasthan, cultivation is being done over here, there, because water is available there. So now this is about the arid soil. Now we'll talk a little bit about forest soils, since there is a little space. Forest soils. These soils are found especially in hilly areas and mountainous areas. Forest, because hills and mountains are covered with thick forest, dense forest. So here the soils are quite loamy, having lot of humus. In some areas they have lot of pebbles, kankars, and sandy also. But in the valley regions, the soils are quite fertile. Alluvial soils are also found in the valleys, river valleys, in the hilly areas, mountainous areas, mountain valleys. There you will find loamy and alluvial soil. But in the mountain slopes, you will find sandy soils. So now these soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas. The soil varies accordingly. The soil varies. In the valley region, you will find very fertile soils, having a lot of humus and loamy soil. To the mountain environment, according to the mountain environment where the soil is found, in the valleys or in the mountain slopes, so according to that soils are found, mountain soils. So forest soils we'll talk about in our next class. Some more about this, more is there. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you for watching, and I'm sure that you are going through the online classes every day, so that you will not miss your classes. So remember, don't waste your time as well. So time is very precious, it's running out, it will not wait for you all. So make the best use of your time, available time. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. We'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson in Geography.